Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today, we're continuing our discussion on human resources, and the topic that I want to talk about is how human resources has become a strategic player in today's world. We've moved from, in human resources, what I call a processor to a participator. Tremendous difference. And so let's talk about processing first. What do we mean by HR used to be a processor? Well, back in the day, years ago, human resources processed new applications for employment, processed evaluations, promotions, disciplines, evaluations, whatever it may be. They processed paper in a way to bring employees onto the workplace and then to make sure that the relevant laws were followed and that employees were evaluated on time, that they received their raises on time, that if they were injured, they received their proper benefits. So it's very much a processing orientation. What we know about processing today is there's no money in processing. If you have a job or a high percentage of your duties involve processing paper or programs, there's not a lot of pay to that because it's a very routine job. Today, thankfully, HR has moved from being a processor to a participatory aspect, to what I call a participant. What that means is that much of what we've done in the past as far as processing is no longer done by human resource professionals. We either outsource that or computerize that. So benefits are done by a benefit company. Workers' comp, for the most part, is done by a third-party administrator. Evaluations are handled, and in fact, some high-level recruitments, we have what we call a headhunter or an executive search firm that does that. What's left for HR is the most important aspect, which is why HR has gained a tremendous amount of influence in the past years. We now are what is called a strategic player or strategic partnership, our partner with management. The largest expense of most organizations is its employees. And so an organization wants to be able to obtain the greatest source of productivity from their employees. More productivity means often you can have fewer employees. If you have fewer employees, you can lower the cost of your products or services. If you can lower the price of your products and services, you can have a strategic and competitive advantage against others in the industry. You can become more successful. Your firm can be more successful. And in most cases, if a firm is successful, employees are successful. So it is beneficial to have somebody who understands employees and who can get the greatest value from their employees. That's where HR is today. We're trying to obtain the greatest value from our employees. And when we talk about value, we talk about productivity. So we in HR are really concerned with hiring the right employee, creating the right environment, and if we can do those two aspects, if we can find the best employee and train and develop that employee as best we can, you may find out over time that that employee will have the greatest productivity. And if we have the greatest productivity in our employees, we will have performance and profitability. So it's all about the P's I talk about it, which is productivity, performance, and profitability. Even if you're a nonprofit, you still want to be able to bring in more money than you spend. And so profit, or in general, having more money come in than goes out is always a good thing. That's how HR has become a strategic player in today's world. That's why the value of HR continues to go up. Everybody enjoy the day.